This is DJ Clam Slam, bringing you the news you need and the info you crave. The maelstrom in the southwest has been cleared out by teams of adventurers. Unfortunately, the crew of 2 Shots of Fireball, captained by Gort Lane, died horribly while traversing the storm. Our thoughts go out to their families. In other news, Disco City is abuzz with talk about a mysterious monster called OBS. OBS is horrible, they're saying. I fucking hate OBS. I hope OBS dies, a man said to me on the street this morning. The public's antipathy towards OBS began last week when Frieden Jordman, a researcher from a team attempting to get recordings of blight levels below the clouds, showed up at our docks, the sole surviving member of his crew. For the first 24 hours, all Jordman could say was OBS, it's horrible, OBS. He has now expanded his vocabulary to include, OBS wants to erase everything, OBS is going to make it all disappear, and we need to kill OBS. Jordman is currently being examined by Dr. Slip. Anyway, that's the end of this news broadcast, which wasn't about anything that happened outside of the game.
No. I still think that DJ Clam Slam is an omnipotent overgod who somehow can walk the earth. That's the part that you objectively cannot deny, given his ability to break the fourth wall.
Well, you know, sometimes you break the fourth wall when you're doing DJ Clam Slam and talking about it.
But he has the ability to know about things that he has no way of knowing about. He is omnipotent, and you cannot change my mind on that.
At best, he's omniscient. At more likely, he has scrying tech.
No, because you can't scry.
He can rewrite reality. He's not God.
No,
he just knows everything.
That's not what omnipotent means.
Yeah, omnipotent means can do anything. Omnipotent.
Those are the same words.
No, omniscient is something. Whatever. The point is, the last VOD got destroyed because OBS is a bitch ass motherfucker. But in that last session, you fought some bugs. You flew away from the maelstrom with your tanks full of orichalcum, and because you completed the first arc, you all leveled up. You're level 5. And now we begin the new arc. It's late at night on the Luna Eclipse. The ship is flying away from the Fawnflight Maelstrom to the golden city of Shimmer, where the orichalcum you collected will be processed into aether, which is used to power airships and flying cities. As a reminder, I already said that. We see the ship fly past floating words that don't actually exist. These are non-diegetic, but we see the ship flying past them on our opening credits. Mission 1, the stowaway completed. That is what the ship flies past. And then it flies past a new set of words saying, Mission 2, caged bird, begin. Dun dun dun, words in the sky. Giant words in the sky. And then the camera zooms into the ship, into Atlas's room, into his head, into his dream. And we go inside the dreams of Atlas Reverie, the dude. The dude named Atlas. And I'm distracted. I need to mute Discord because I keep glancing at the things. So Atlas, you are standing in this dark room lit by candles. Carved into the stone floor is an Ouroboros, a snake eating its own tail. This Atlas you recognize as the symbol of your faith, of the Yuan-Ti's 3 goddesses. The symbol isn't the only thing you recognize, Atlas. This dark room, all of it is painfully familiar. This Atlas is the Temple of the Crone on Cyranus, or at least a memory of what it used to look like. You spent countless hours here when you were a child, but you haven't been here in a very long time, Atlas. Okay. Hold on one. Atlas, you are not alone in this temple. A figure stands before you, cloaked in shadows, and token comes off the GM layer. And this woman is this elderly, elderly snake woman with pale, almost albino skin. Let's see. And she has these elk horns and is holding a staff. This Atlas is the crone of the wild, the last of the Trinity. She is the goddess of many things: death, uncertainty, destruction, but also healing, nature, and salvation. She is the inevitability of change manifested. She is notably not the goddess you currently serve. Not anymore. Look, like you used to, there was some shit. You you're
Oh, I know. Oopsie.
Atlas
Okay.
had a breakup with their god.
Okay. And the crone just says, "Hello, Atlas," he says to you. How does Atlas respond?
Um, with the only proper amount of reverence that he would when faced with the goddess, he gets down on his knees and bows before her.
And she sort of looks around the dark room and says, "You have bad memories of this place, don't you?"
Um, Atlas is not sure if he's permitted to speak, so he just kind of gives a small nod.
Speak. This goes easier if I don't. I'm not gonna deal with the bullshit of. I'm not gonna deal with the bullshit of you not responding. It gets tiresome.
Okay, yes, there's a lot of bad memories here.
I am sorry to bring you to a place that you do not wish to be brought back, but there's things that must be done. I come here not for you, but for another. Your husband, Elias, is in need of my blessing. Yes, he lives, if only barely.
And I take it you come to me wanting something in exchange for helping him.
I, no, I require nothing of you but your service. I am not a capricious god who demands tribute. I am simply a god who is. Your husband, he prayed to the other two, but they cannot bring him what he needs. So finally, he prayed to me. Very few people pray to me these days, so I'm a lot more responsive to the few that do. Elias prayed for absolution, but I cannot give him this not on my own. My power is vast, but it is not the power wielded by a knight or a spellcaster. It is the power that is the fundamental aspect of life. To give Elias what he needs, I must act through a conduit.
And what is it you need me to do?
You must bring him absolution. You think you are ready for this task?
What does absolution look like to you?
And the crone just kind of sighs at that and shakes her head. Mm, mm. It seems you are not capable of what needs be done. The steady hand, the salvation he needs, must be delivered by a steady hand free from fear or doubt. And I do not know if you possess that Atlas reverie. Later, when you have grown, you may be able to do what must be done. Then, and only then, will lead you to your husband. And she just kind of
Just,
stares at you. Go ahead.
just because I've questioned what this absolution is, you think I'm not ready?
Not just because of that. Hmm. I will see you again, Atlas, at a later date. Likely not on friendly circumstances. But till then, have faith. And as the crone just says that, you see her like set her staff down against the wall, and then she just turns into dust and blows away, and you are left alone in this dark room in your mind. Left with your thoughts. And how's Atlas feeling right now?
Um, Partially frustrated that the crone has come to him and informed him that his husband's alive, only to tell him he's not ready to go and help. Um,
Yeah.
it
Yeah, the crone's a character I like that I've got a lot of interesting ideas for, but she's not a messing goes down with a piece with a
uh,
spoonful of sugar kind of way. She's a very blunt, very quick to judgment kind of. She's just she's an old
she's an old
evil.
lady. Yep.
Yeah. And as you're thinking about this, as Atlas is just kind of annoyed, you just hear this voice behind you that says, God, what a bitch.
Oh
And
God.
you no, it's fine. It's fine.
What is
And you turn.
that?
What is that?
Well, let me explain things, okay?
That is the
You'll
adult version of the fucking Teletub baby son.
It's hard to make things glowing in Hero Forge that look good while they're glowing, okay?
Right.
You see, you turn and you see a young woman made of light sitting behind you, strumming on a lute. She has horns like a ram and multicolored hair. This Atlas is the first of the Trinity, the Maiden of the Hearth, goddess of cheer and beauty, goddess of music and freedom, a goddess much more popular than the crone for obvious reasons, you know. And like as she's sitting there strumming, uh, the maiden's gonna say, sorry for the brightness. I just got done shedding my old skin and I get a little glowy when I regenerate. Hey, wanna touch? Wanna touch? And she like holds out an arm for you.
Atlas awkwardly touches and is just kind of like it's very smooth.
Yeah, it's all warm and kinda gooey, right?
Bit
Yeah. So Atlas,
and
how's it going?
bad. I think bad.
Hmm. Hmm. Why you think
Um,
bad?
um, because my husband's in danger and the crone is not telling me where he is.
Oh yeah. Oh god, she's the worst. Well, me, she's the worst, because I'm. But yeah, I agree. I hate that dusty old bitch. I mean, just die already, asshole. Um.
Isn't
Ah,
she your grandmother?
she's she's a lot of things to me, but you know. She's a bit of a bitch. No one's denying that. I mean, you gotta love her. Gotta we're so similar and we're like family. Yeah. But ugh, just give a straight answer for once.
Are you going to give me a straight answer and tell me where Elias is?
Well, Now I'd feel like a hypocrite if I did the playful speak in riddles and lead you around thing. But also, I mean, it's if you're God, you gotta kind of do that. Gotta be a bit coy. And really, I can't help too much with your husband. The crone was right about that. There are others I can help if a certain cleric was willing to bring them my blessing. Actually, hey, this probably helps you with your goal of finding what's his face.
Elias.
Yeah, that guy. Crone doesn't think you're strong enough to help your hubby, so why don't you get a bit swole while you help me out for a while?
I mean, I'm already one of your followers.
I know, but I got some jobs for you to do.
Like?
We see, there's this young woman by the name of Rio who needs my blessing. Not the blessing of some hempecking mother, certainly not the blessing of some dusty old crone, the blessing of the maiden. And she does she bows, but in a it's me, I'm awesome bow. And I can't tell you exactly what you need to do, but when the time comes, I'm sure you'll make the right choice, Atlas. Give Rio what all people need more than anything else: the freedom to choose her own path. And if you keep going down the path, keep following the people you're following right now, you'll run into this mess sooner or later and get an opportunity to make that choice. You dig?
Sure, I dig.
Awesome. Anyway, have fun with serving me. Have fun with that. I'll check in a couple days, see how things are going. But till then, toodles. And she fucking strums a discordant note on her lute, and it is so loud you wake up back on the ship. God, I sometimes players give me characters in their backstories that I love these characters. I need them to appear as much as possible, and I like there being the goddess of youth and beauty and cheer, and that being contrasted with dusty old bitch inevitability of change god.
Mhm.
Yeah. And oh Jesus, why do I check Discord? I keep it muted so I don't have to see comments like this from Jordan. How long do you think it takes an Ouroboros to train its gag reflex? And I don't fucking know.
It's a good question. It's think about it, because I can't imagine that they're born like that. It comes an age where they gotta stick their tail in their mouth, and I don't think that every Ouroboros probably has no gag reflex right out the gate.
See, this was the type of research we were doing on Oakton.
There's a reason. Also, Casey, there's a reason I put it in shitpost containment, because I almost put it in general.
Yeah, that's why the gods blew up. That's why the gods blew up. I'm muting shitpost containment, like I forgot to. That's why the gods nuked Ogden, because they were too close to discovering the secrets of Ouroboros gag reflexes. They're very
that
close.
makes sense.
They're snakes. So,
Wait,
I guess the question is do snakes have a gag reflex?
All right, I'm looking it up.
Snakes able to
Swallow it
vomit?
whole. Atlas has no gag reflex, and is. Oh, should I say that joke, or is it too?
Snakes do not have a gag reflex, so my question is null and void.
You are obligated to say the joke.
He doesn't have a gag reflex, and he's married to a man who is a horse.
Ain't no cock like horse cock.
Okay.
This is great.
So, It's late at night on the Luna eclipse. It'll be some time before you arrive at the next city, where there will be shopping and payment and getting plot hooks. But anyone have things they want to do late at night?
I mean, this doesn't have to happen at a specific time, but Callie does need to write her letter.
Okay.
Which I will DM you the contents of it.
Good mysteries, secrets from the players. Although, the players in the D&D game are both like playing characters and also have sort of fourth wall like awareness of things that happened to other characters. Like they know things that happened to Callie, but they don't know specifics. But the point is you're doing that. Anyone else have things they want to do late at night?
I think
You're
Atlas
and
is going to
eat
go on.
Myrna's weed.
Okay,
Already
we'll
on
do
the
that
hunt.
in a minute. What was Atlas saying?
I was going to go on deck to get some fresh air.
Okay, you go up on deck, and you can probably see up on deck, like, the cat trying to sneak out to get the weed from Myrna while she's sleeping.
Myrna's not sleeping. Myrna's listening to the radio in the crow's nest.
Okay. So I guess this will be, like, stealth versus perception to see if MMX can get your weed.
OMG. I also feel like actually like what's really happening is that MMX is probably just scrounging for food scraps right now. Like midnight snacking.
What even on the ship is there that you would eat?
Weed.
Literally anything since we've
Weed
established
eater.
that he eats literally anything.
Well, just eat, like, the paperwork instead of, like, the marijuana. Do you know how much space, like, there's very little farmland in this world. They use so much of it for food. There isn't, like, extra food space for marijuana. This weed is super expensive.
Okay, if
Really
we can,
good in, like,
okay.
a flower pot.
Yes, you can grow it in a flower pot, but all I'm saying is if we have the technology to make a ship fly, we definitely have the technology of hydroponics.
True, actually,
The
yeah.
people of Ogden were so close to figuring out hydroponics right before they all died.
It's
Okay, can
yeah,
we
but
figure
like
out hydroponics?
no. Hydroponics exists, but it's only been discovered by the weed farmers. It's like the cartel figured it out, and they have not shared the technology with the rest of the world.
Okay. So Jasper's like checking out that the ship's flying. Myrna's listening to the radio for like news, make sure everything's going on. MMX is scrounging for food. Sounds like a normal night.
Yeah.
Any conversations or actions you want to take, or should we cut to the next day when you're gonna arrive at the city of Shimmer?
Wait, do I find any food?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh my god, yes. I got a
Well,
13. This sucks.
Does MMX have to make a check to sneak past me? Because I'm in my office. Or
Make
is
a
this
stealth
is this
check.
happening while
Okay,
I'm talking
no,
to
but, like,
Jasper?
But okay, how much does Callie care if MMX just starts like wandering around the ship?
I found you eating our cargo. That is the first
You don't
interaction
have
we
cargo right
had.
now, though.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. I'm rolling stealth. I got an 11.
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it.
I'll let you do before you
OMG.
can do anything important.
I have a passive perception of 17.
Let me out, please. If you don't let me out, I'm gonna sadly paw at your door until you do.
I mean, it's like it's one of those things where it's like Callie will let you out, but like will take you on a walk, you know?
Don't just leave him pawing at the door sadly.
Jordan is struggling.
I need
Yes.
Jasper's here, right?
In the office, no.
Oh, I thought
No,
you were
he's
talking
checking
to
out
Jasper.
the engine. Oh,
No.
we did
So
that in Jasper's
okay,
room.
yeah, that's the thing.
Oh.
That's why I was asking: is this happening while I'm talking to Jasper? Because then I wouldn't be here to stop you.
Oh my god, please say I'm left unattended.
Don't
You
say
would have
Please.
you would have been left
Please.
unattended
You'll
in that
never be
time.
left unattended again.
We would.
Let's say for the sake of. Let's say that for the sake of.
Yeah,
Sure,
we'll
let's
say
say that you're
this is
unattended,
happening during our conversation.
OMG,
We
okay,
have-
I'm left unattended.
We have
Oh.
5 days here that we're flying right now on the ship. So you technically have
MMX
5
will
days
definitely
worth
get
of
out
thing-
eventually.
trying to get out. But there's also a lot of people on the ship, and I also rolled an 18 on the die plus whatever my perception is, because I'm also right up here.
I'd say the thing that MMX you rolled kind of mid. The thing you do find something to eat, but it's just like a hammer and some nails and some wood that Jasper was working with.
I'll eat the nails and leave everything else.
Okay, roll a con save.
A 17.
Okay, so the nails go into wherever the glass went that it doesn't stab you.
Yippee!
This cat's gonna die someday.
All cats do.
I believe it or not, Casey, all
No.
living things die someday.
Shut up, Joni.
Wait,
Unless you're
They're-
fucking
they're
red Tark and
slowly-
blue Tark, I got bad news for you.
They
Actually,
are
no, they
figuring
got
out
killed
how
by
to
Brain
make
Man.
immortal cats.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
tardigrades.
So, go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, well, I just ate the nails. I think, like, MMX will just continue wandering around the ship after eating the nails until someone, like, finds him, scruffs him, and returns him to Callie.
To be fair, nails are cheap. Jasper probably has extra nails. You
Yeah, but I
just-
don't have infinite.
You just
And we
Well-
also
love
just got
eating
our
yours.
ship tuned through.
Hopefully, it was, like, nails that Jasper, like, hit and were all bent. Because Jasper was working on something. You
I
never know,
imagine
but-
that, like, the thing is that even back then, you would buy nails in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a marked like graph of how MMX's arrival has impacted our budget.
Arch probably has one prepared and will be doing a full
Well,
presentation
fortunately, MMX
shortly.
doesn't get paid.
Yeah, that's true. I don't get paid. I'm literally free labor. Please allow me to eat some nails every once in a while.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
And
before we
so,
arrive, Jasper's
after-
just like,
Yep,
Hey,
you're right.
Arch. Make sure we get some more nails on our next stop, okay?
Yeah, we need supplies for everything.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm running kind of low. Can you check your sheets? How many did we get?
Yeah, I have the ship's records with me at all times.
I also am gonna talk to Arch when this is done, but this is before we dock.
Okay, so I'll go back to the ship as you're talking. Sorry. We were
We're
done.
good. No. I'll just go to Arch and I will have 2 letters in my hand and go, Arch, I need you to send out these 2 letters. One to Esme as per, and the other to a old friend of mine who's also in Citadel.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll get them out as normal.
Perfect. All right.
Would? Because you would get replies from your sister.
Yeah.
Would you be writing your own replies, or would you have be Casey writing them, or would it just be a like you just?
I can write responses to
something.
any letter I get sent.
Yeah, I will tell you the. I'll message you the content of the letter to Esme. I don't have it written out, but
That's your sister, who's the only one. Well, actually, no. Most of them know. Well, your parents at least know they faked your death.
Oh, everyone in my family knows they faked my death.
Yeah, it would be really weird if they like fake your death and then, oh god, they just roll low on the int roll and they believe their own lie. They told a lie so good they believed it.
And especially considering only one of them is kind of stupid, and even then he's not that stupid.
Yeah, you got a whole big family full of idiots.
Yeah,
They're smart idiots.
Callie is stat wise the dumbest out of the family, and she has an intelligence of 13.
Good, that means I
I
get
will take the letters, give Callie a hug, and then go to our pigeon coop and have them sent out.
You haven't bought that yet.
I'll go to our pigeon coop and have them sent out.
It will
Casey, this was a huge back and forth we had last session.
Yes, we had a huge back and forth on whether or not you would have a pigeon coop, and we ultimately settled on it would be a thing you could buy.
You said we still have pigeons though.
I
You said
don't
we can
think...
buy more.
God damn it,
Because
fucking
how-
OBS
Here we
is going to
go.
take, so I can't confirm.
Okay, but the thing is, though, Casey, is how have I been sending letters to Esme back and forth without that?
Post office at the ports.
I mean, okay,
I
well
don't
then
know.
how am I receiving letters is a better question.
You have like a PO, but I don't want to have this like the. God,
So
this was, like,
okay, but
20
it'd be a
minutes
PO.
last time.
It'd be a PO box that it somehow can be like a magical PO box that's a pocket dimension that can be accessed from any island. Because how would Esme know what island to send it to?
Or
Just
is it
send
that
them to the
pigeons
same
can get
fucking
to our
PO
ship,
box.
but we
I
can't
don't want to
get
have this.
pigeons?
We did like 20 minutes last time before OBS fucked us, and the point is, I will allow you to buy a pigeons.
Buy
As
a
how much you
pigeons.
have done- A pigeons. Okay. The point is, it's the next day. Or maybe 2 days later, depending on how long it took you to fly. The point is, it's early morning, and in the distance, Myrna's always the first to see because she's got the telescope. Although Myrna, like, you look in the telescope and you like, ow, my eyes, and pull it away because it feels like you just shined the telescope into the sun. But Myrna, you squint, not going through the telescope, and you see a large floating city covered in blinding flashing lights. Every fucking inch of this city is covered in lights that are shining off the city. Part of this city you see, it consists of this massive stone cylinder similar to a nuclear power plant cooling tower. Another part of the city consists of these densely packed slums, but these are not what your eyes are drawn to. What your eyes land on is this massive golden palace at the city's center. This is Shimmer, home of Cagliostro the Collector. This is one of the cities. Dun dun dun. And you are docking at it. Did I pull you to the right map?
No.
Let me pull you to the right map for the Shimmer docks as you dock at Shimmer. This glowing city. And as the Eclipse lands at the Shimmer docks, you can see other merchant vessels docked there. The Wasp 6 is there. They appear to have been there for longer than you. As you bring the ship in for a landing, though, you see a large group of men waiting for you. Excuse me, I misread my notes. A group of large men, which is different than a large group of men. It's a large group of large men. These men, they have armor crafted onto their skin, and each of them has a single red eye in the center of their foreheads. You feel these eyes staring at you as you step off the ship. Does anyone want to do a history check? No,
Sure.
what the fuck Cyclops guys harassing you are?
19.
Yeah, I'll roll.
19, okay. Bro's like, oh, those are some big buff guys. I don't know who those guys are. But with that 19,
22.
with that 22 as well, and Arch would probably know because like Arch has been to Shimmer before. Callie and Nikolai, the captains, you guys aren't surprised. You've encountered these guys before. They're the Anabate, the personal soldiers of the Collector. You've heard rumors that the Collector modifies his soldiers to make them better at fighting. You've also heard other rumors that he modifies them as punishment for failure. What's true? I don't fucking know. I mean, I do fucking know, but you don't fucking know. And there are just these big fucking robot guys waiting for you as you get off your ship. Any response?
No, Callie will just step off the ship unfazed.
And they
Arch
just
is still
kinda-
I've
looking at
been
his
to Shimmer
document.
before.
Yeah.
What was that, Arch?
Oh, he's just still looking at his documents, going over what the ship needs and where we need to go to turn in the rewards.
Good, good. Well, that's actually relevant because, like, these Onabate, they just stare at you, kind of drooling, like teeth gnarled, and then like they step aside, and like this butler-looking guy with a long mustache and a monocle walks up to you and says, "The crew of the Luna Eclipse, I presume. We have been expecting you. I am." Let's say Zane roll on the D200 chart to name this butler. Where are we getting? 51. 51 is going. No! This name is fine, fine, unless you know what it's a reference to. It's fine, it's fine. I am Lemon Party.
God.
Oh my god.
I
Beautiful.
don't. Why'd I put that on the card? I call me Party. Everyone calls me Mr. Party. My name. It's ironic that I'm called Mr. Party because I'm so dour and serious. No one ever. Don't fucking call me my. Oh God! And he's an old guy.
I party with Mr. Party.
You can
No.
party with Mr. Party, but it's
You
not
should
gonna
do
be
what I
that.
did for Monster Prom. Take the name and then just screw it up a little bit and turn it into a different name. Instead of Lemon Party, you go Lee M Party or something.
I am Lee M. Partey. Do not pronounce it the other way. I am Lee M. Partey. I am one of the chief assistants of the collector. I've been sent here to take your orichalcum back to the refinery for processing and, of course, to pay you for your work. Let's see here. And he pulls out some paperwork and looks over it. Yes, Boney Michael called ahead and informed me of the contract you negotiated. Each of those tanks is worth 1,500 gold, which Mr. Arch over there negotiated down to 1,000 gold each as part of the payment to lease the equipment. And it also says here that I am to give you a wire transfer payment for that delivery to the cloud outpost. And quick math. All in all, you have earned a 9,500 gold paycheck. And he
We
just hands.
Actually, we're able to acquire more orichalcum than they originally requested. The other parties that were going to get to share didn't take any, so we actually have more than requested.
That
So
is-
the numbers have to be recalculated.
That is, I don't. It's like price per tank, and also they didn't. It's price per tank.
There's
so
an
it's a
entire crew that is dead.
Yeah, you left some behind because those fuckers died. There are limits on your tank sizes.
We can take more tanks though. We can just take their tanks.
You took all your tanks.
I think their tanks burned away.
Yes, those fuckers. Well,
Only
Or I
one of
guess
them
it's
died
already
in the
burned.
blight.
The
To be
tanks
fair-
wouldn't burn because it only gets rid
yeah,
of.
to be fair, they
metal
wouldn't
matter.
burn because they're presumably some type of metal. But like, you brought me 7 tanks and I have the payment for 7 tanks. I don't.
But if you're wiring it, then it should be fine to add more.
We'll be in town for a few days anyways. That should be more than enough time to secure the extra funds.
I feel like this guy's demeanor just shifts completely. Mr. Partey is no longer in a Partey mood, and I feel like he just intrinsically hates Arch specifically.
I'm a businessman. Plus, I don't like Glimmer. I'll do anything to screw over everybody here.
Oh god. Yeah,
I get a +7 to my persuasion, and I rolled a nat 20.
Ah, yes, yes. You remind me of a young me. Yes, very, very clever. And here is that bag of gold, and he hands it out for you.
Okay. Do we use like solid currency in this world, or are we on the credit card electronic system?
I would say you would probably work in like physical money. There is like wire transfers and stuff which we mentioned, but like you are getting paid in cash.
I mean, wire transfer just means there's banks. That doesn't mean that there's credit cards.
Yeah, you can send money, but there's no credit
You
card.
said we were getting paid 9K each?
90
No.
Oh, not each. 9,500.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I see, I see.
9,500 as a ship, as a for the crew costs, and then like I need to remember how much it would be for the. It was. Did we put how much it would take for the ship to get refilled?
Ah, yes, yes, yes. As you're calculating that, I do have an extra boon for you. A reward. Uh, and Mr. Partey says the collector understands how vital it is to keep crews of yours flying, which is why he offers an additional bonus for teams that conquer maelstroms. We will fill your ship up to a half tank, 100 units of fuel, completely free of charge.
Oh, thank you. Um, it was our first maelstrom, and honestly, I think we might do more.
Good, good. We always need people bringing back fuel. It's what keeps us flying.
Is there a second marketplace we can go to see about selling secondhand items acquired from the maelstrom, old world items and dirt and other things?
So when you say secondhand items, are you talking
Loot?
about the boss parts that you looted, or
Yeah,
the
loot.
corpse
Just
parts
loot.
that you looted?
Loot in
Or
general.
not corpse parts, you like look through their inventories.
Loot in general.
Feelings.
Yes, yes, there is a marketplace right down here with 4 merchants to speak with and all sorts of things written out to purchase from, which will be a bulk of this session. Feel free to peruse, although there is one more matter to discuss. My employer, the collector, is easily enthralled by stories of adventure. He likes to meet the different crews and introduce himself. The collector has requested that all of you come to his palace for dinner this evening.
We're just the new crew doing something for the first time, and we're not anybody special with crazy stories. It's just the one. I don't
Yes,
think
I
he-
agree, but he is insistent. He likes to meet adventurers and hear their tales of killing dragons and flying through maelstroms and whatever bullshit you're up to.
I would be going up to Callie and whispering in her ear and being like, Captain, this ain't a request. We say no, those red-eyed bastards are gonna fuck us up.
Oh, I know. I know.
I don't know if they're going to like
Well-
immediately you turn down like beat you to death, but I do think that like being rude to like the king who has an army of soldiers will maybe pay problems in the future, but I don't think you'll be beat to death immediately.
Someone as important as the collector is interested in such a small crew, then we can at least humor him and go to pay our respects. You are
Good,
allowing us
good.
to come on board this Glimmer.
Shimmer.
Shimmer.
Dinner will be at 8 o'clock sharp. Till then, I would recommend you remain in Hightown. The slums are a bit dangerous to travelers, and of course, the marketplace is on the same battle map as this. He actually gives you like directions to it instead of saying same battle map, but that's that.
I mean, Arch knows this place. Do you happen to have a um identification for us to present to the whatever guards you have at the gates of his abode?
Oh yes, that's good. The DM should have thought of that. Here is that invitation. Hold on to it. Do not sell it. don't. That will cause
Yeah.
problems.
Callie will stuff it in her jacket.
Good. And so Lee M. Party, who's oh god, do I have to make that if I don't have like any stats or stuff, but does that have to be a thing
What?
with this character now?
What?
Nothing. The point is, you're in Shimmer, this beautiful, glowing city. It's nicer than, well, some of you have been here before, but way nicer than Disco City, way nicer than the Ironworks, more gaudy and outwardly beautiful than the Citadel. This place is beautiful if you don't look at the slums right off screen, but you can't see them on this
Stop.
battle map, so it's pretty.
God, I hate this place.
Why? It's so expensive and rich and
It's-
ruled over by a king who's super nice.
Because Arch is the other one who originally was from this place.
Arch, I know for your distaste of this place, but think of it this way. This will be the best meal we've had in quite a long time.
Food is probably good.
Stop! Who is moving me? Stop it!
Wait, what?
I'm gonna fucking.
It wasn't me. Whoever moved you didn't say.
I was just zooming out, I swear. This map is massive.
It is
very-
Oh, the grids
even know
don't
where I
line
am.
up.
Here.
Bushes.
No, the grids line up, don't they?
I
no,
am.
I did.
Who
look
is
the
moving me
side-
again? I'm gonna.
Okay, that was admittedly
God,
that
there
one
I
was
am.
me, but the grids line up, right?
Why wasn't
Yeah,
okay? Then it wasn't for me earlier, which is weird.
Yeah, and you go into this big bazaar, and there's 4 stands with 4 shopkeepers that you can talk to and buy things from. And these shopkeepers, their signs say the Big Maracas Brewery, and behind it you see the short little gnome guy with a pointy red hat. Are like pointy red hats like a religious thing for gnomes?
Oh my god, I have to chew on him.
Don't. You also see a guy who's wearing some like old military gear, and his sign says Joe Bodega's Armory. This character exists because I saw a Tumblr post once talking about Star Wars that misremembered John Boyega's name and wrote Joe Bodega. I just thought that was the funniest thing ever. You see this man in a turtleneck with glasses, holding a wrench, but it's like a very fancy wrench because it's shimmer and it isn't as functional as other wrenches. But the point is, his sign says Jeeves Staub's airship upgrades, and the final stand. This man wearing like a hat, this man wearing a mask resembling a die is the gotcha pawn, is just what the sign says. Not Gashapon, Gotcha Pawn, like Gotcha space PAWN. What shopkeepers interest you? You've got.
Quick question. How much is repairs for the ship going to cost? And is that already taken out of the money that we got?
That's a good question, and the answer is no. You don't have to repair the ship at all if you don't want to. Just if you don't repair it and it keeps taking damage.
That's not what I asked.
Right.
How much is it going to cost?
Yes. The well, that. Why don't we just go to the guy who will tell you how it costs? Like Jeeves Staubs. That's an awkward fucking name, but it made me laugh. I do things to make myself laugh. Jeeves Staubs, who sells airship upgrades. One of them is that he can repair damage. Well, he can give you materials to repair damage. You have to do it yourself, Jasper. But for every 5 points of damage the ship has taken, it takes 200 gold and 2 hours of Jasper's time to fix. And let me double check how much damage you took in the mystery. You took 55 damage last time.
Oh my god, poor Jasper.
I mean, you don't have to do it all at once. You can do it over time, but it will be some work for Jasper while the ship is docked.
Well, we were able
This
to
is why-
repair. We were able to do some repairs on the ship already. You said,
Yeah, just
like while we were flying over the 5 days. So, like, how much
Yeah,
would
you-
Jasper be able to fix over the 5 days?
Yeah, this would be like you put a board over that hole in it so you don't fall out as you're flying. But I do think that it will be more work to like properly fix, like have it good as new.
Okay, so if we do a lot of air fights and you keep attacking our ship, it's going to take us like 1,000 to 2,000 gold every single time to repair it, which is
Well, I'm not going to throw you into blow up your ship every time, just occasionally.
always there. So if we
And
want to
also,
fully
I
repair
would
the
like to
ship
note
right
that
now,
9 of that damage was caused specifically because Myrna Kool-Aid Man through the side of the ship to get to the enemy faster.
It was the only way.
There is a hole in the ship covered by a wooden board.
It was the only way.
There's a suspiciously Myrna-shaped hole in the side of the ship.
Myrna's pay cut is that she's not allowed to buy anything this shopping trip.
I don't
You
I don't wanna
cannot
cause fights,
take
but
that
I
from
leave it-
her.
I do, unfortunately, because the money was handed to Callie and Arch is the accountant. How this gets distributed is kind of up to you.
That was almost 400 gold worth of damage from you alone. We owe, if we want to fully repair the ship, it's 2,200 of the 95 we have.
We definitely should fully repair the ship, considering that the ship almost fucking died from like 3 of them.
Yeah.
I vote that every time we get a chance, we repair the ship fully if we can afford it.
I
like,
fully
comfortably.
agree.
Although, to be fair, what that works out to, just the math, is that that's most of what you got from delivering to the Cloud Island. That's most of it. And then you would each have 1,000 from a tank worth to spend. Because there's also a potion shop, a weapon shop, and a gamble.
Also, I really need to point out, because it's driving me insane that nobody else has noticed this. It says Burst England.
Shit. No, it doesn't.
Exactly what we should do to Eagle.
It's I have drawn so much attention to it in the VOD. It's forever now.
Okay, so Burst England's gonna be a character now.
Who's named after the ship upgrade.
Burst England. Let's not talk about Burst England. Burst England is the one who's responsible for Elias going missing.
Also, Harpoon Ballistae.
Guy.
Yeah, Ballistae. No, that's accurate. The plural of ballista is ballistae because it's Greek.
But okay, but that implies that
can't
we have
fucking
multiple ballistas.
You have 4.
He's right.
Don't you? You have like a few.
We have 2, I
like-
think.
You have 2.
Ah.
And then
more
we
than
have one
one.
catapult.
You have the ballistae and you have the.
Okay, so
out.
everyone
Can the
gets
male
a
rats be an animal other than rats?
Yeah, because Atlas is gonna eat them.
And so will MMX, and I think that's just fucked up.
Okay, you can
they're
buy.
pigeons.
You can buy. There might be rats. They might be pigeons. The
We just
point
said
is,
sky
don't
rats.
fucking don't eat your male pigeons. That's not on me.
But
Don't
they're-
leave your cat in the pigeon coop.
I don't know what male is.
So, price-wise, everyone gets 1,000. I'm cutting 400 off from Myrna, so she gets 600. Except for MMX, who gets nothing, and then that leaves the ship with 1,700 to use for other things.
After the repairs.
Yeah, that's after calculating everything else. There's 1,700 left over in the ship's money for itself, if we want to upgrade the ship with whatever's there, or use get more fuel or other things, or like just daily supplies. I don't know if you want us to buy daily supplies too, but everyone can
I
add.
will not be charging for daily supplies. Like, you'll have rations and stuff. Not like especially good, but I'm not going to charge you for food and water.
Okay, out of that
Everyone can add-
1,700, we definitely get the male rats.
Yeah.
That's 1400.
I don't know why you made it rats when we said that the flying rats were actual straight up rats with wings, but we also said
Yeah,
there was
because
pigeons.
no, I was genuinely thinking that the pigeons, that instead of pigeons, it was rats because you said that it would be rats.
No, I said there were two different things.
Well, which is more efficient? I will give you the option of either pigeons or rats.
I promise you it's
Pigeons.
not rats.
I promise you people are buying flying rats only as food for other yuan-ti in the world.
Snack is a snack.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and put
And I don't think they're going to
extra
pay
$1,000.
I don't think they're going to pay
Yeah.
extra to Jasper because there was more repair work. You don't. Your fucking salary, bro.
Go
You
ahead
don't
and
get paid
put
overtime.
an extra 1,000 into your inventory, everyone. 600 for Mirna. Max can sit there and continue to eat money of monetary
Nails.
things of monetary value. And Callie needs to go buy some pet goods for MMX,
Yes.
like a harness and a leash.
Yeah. Well, there might be stuff. Do you want to check out the other shops? Do any of those call to you?
I want to look at the armor/weaponsmith place.
Okay, you walk over to Joe Bodega, the armorer, and he says, "Hello, I am Joe Bodega. I do not have force powers. I am not a Jedi. I am just a man who has a shop where I sell things. I am Joe Bodega."
Well, I would never have assumed that unless you felt the need to specify it.
I do not have psychic force powers.
Can I insight
Would you
check
like
him?
to buy my weapons?
I'm insight checking him.
Okay.
It's a nat 1.
You know, you think he might be telling the truth about not having force powers.
He's definitely
You know,
telling the truth.
He is not a Jedi.
No.
At Joe Bodega's armory, you see all sorts of weapons, some of which have names, and also some of them are just regular D&D items. And one of them's a dog collar that he has because you ever play like an old school RPG where like every store will have weapons for every single character, but some characters have like weird lame weapons. So it's like, this is the final ultimate shop. So we sell the Mega Ultra Death Yo-Yo. He's like that.
Can I ask a quick question?
Did I misspelled longbow? Yes.
Since it's 400 to upgrade the ballista to shoot harpoons, why is it 300 for mail service on ship? And how many animals do we get?
I didn't think about that. I'm gonna say you get 6 pigeons
Cool.
and a cage and food.
Okay, so that's just all start. Cool. So I'll go ahead and subtract 300 from our 17 for the pigeon coop. And
okay, so far you
just
spent
we have
2,200 on the repairs, 300 on the mail rats, directed by Kevin Smith. You've talked to Joe Bodega and found out about his armory. And as you're talking, I'm just gonna get all the things on screen for you. The big Morocco, this little gnome guy's like, hey, pay attention to me. I got all sorts of things for you to buy. I got all sorts of potions. Look at all these potions. Like, just look at my fucking potions. And then also, this dice head guy is going to say, it is me. My name is Gotcha Pawn. You can gamble for items at my thing. Also, I'm a pawn shop. These are all of your shopping items. You've got Jeeve over there who sells airship stuff. You've got Joe who sells like weapons, and like there's the potion guy, and me who's got you can gamble.
only one person per visit. You mean only once?
You can only go to the Gashapon machine once each per visit.
Okay. This should be okay. Cool. The wording needs to be a little different, but got it. So everyone should hit that up at least once and just test their luck. It's not bad if it's only once. And then we can go ahead and sell whatever shit you guys picked up.
Very unrelated, but I just remembered that my rapier gives everyone advantage on initiative. I completely forgot about that.
Jesus.
Okay. So how about we
Um,
just go down through the list of everyone, and everyone says what they're interested in spending their 1,000 on.
well,
Or actually, does anyone want to volunteer to go first at shopping?
I can go first.
Okay, Captain Bardot, you're first up. You've got the 4 shops before you. What would you like to purchase?
Well, I want to go to Joe Bodega, and go. Do you have any sort of how do I put this? Like a deal if I were to buy several items?
Maybe if it was like a very large portion, but not if it was just 2 items.
All right. Well, how about how about this? Um uh I would like the Dragon Tooth, the Odyssey, and the Collar of Speech. And how how much of a discount can I get for all 3?
Let's say if you buy, I'll make this a mechanic for Joe Bodega because he's a nice guy. If you buy 3 items at once, he does a 10% discount. If you buy 4, he does a 15. If you do 5, 20. That's per person.
That's still
Okay.
that's still a little bit steep for my taste. What about
hey, John. Joe.
My name is
Yeah.
Joe, not John. John, I am not John.
Sorry, I used to
Okay.
know your brother when I used to live here.
Oh
He
God!
used to.
Don't remind me of my dead brother, John Bodega. John
He used
Bodega
to-
died horribly.
Yeah, he used to hook me up whenever I'd come here, and I mean, I know where you guys get your supplies, and well, I mean, you could hook up an old family friend, and you know, give a little bit of a discount. I mean, they're buying 3 items off you because you know where you got your items are always really interesting, and you know, my friend could use it for what was it, 3 items for 1,200. You can give it for 900, and he'd still be making a profit.
Make a persuasion check.
Can it be with advantage because I'm also there bartering?
I will allow that. And oh shit! I shouldn't have allowed him to do it because he's the fucking skill monkey. I don't even want to look at what it was.
Okay, the higher the 2 was an 18 plus my 7 to persuasion.
25.
Okay, because you have reminded me of my poor murdered brother. They killed him because they thought he had force powers, but no one in my family has psychic powers. Because you reminded me of John, I will. How about all 3 for 1,000?
950. And the rest of my people are probably going to come here to shop, so you're still making more money.
900, and I don't give discounts to anyone else.
950, and you give a little bit of discount to everyone else.
Hmm. 1,000 and a little bit of discount to everyone else.
950, and I don't tell Rhea that you know you like her.
But-
John used to
but-
tell me. John used to tell me how much your childhood friend was so I don't know, interesting to you.
Stop bullying me with details from The Rise of Skywalker! That fanfic I wrote about my own life that was supposed to be confidential. Joe Bodega has become my favorite NPC. I hope he appears again.
He has
But
to.
fine. I will.
I didn't watch the movie. I don't care.
I will give it all for 900 and give deals to the others.
Let's go.
I I look up at Callie and nod, and because I can't reach over the counter to give him a handshake, just kind of like gesture and
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
I give my I hand my gold over and take the items.
Yeah, so you have 100 gold left. You got
I have
3
150
items.
gold left, actually, because I had 50 gold to start with.
You have okay, but that was unrelated. So you have gone. Who wants to volunteer next to go shopping?
As another quick question for the caller's speech with Speak with Animals, are we doing just for the caller specifically? Are we doing Baldur's Gate 3 rule for it, where it's just a all day until long rest? Like
Nope, it is
cast?
just 10 minutes.
Okay.
It is. This isn't MMX can talk. This is if MMX is doing the Courage the Cowardly Dog, like you can ask what happens, but you can't spam it.
Okay. I was gonna say, or like, can they ritual cast it from the caller?
No.
Okay.
It's 1 charge per day. Okay. So who wants to go shopping next?
I could go. I would be going over to Joe's, and I would be fighting between whether I would basically be kind of going up to him and looking at both the steadfast rapier and the dagger of venom and being like, Joe, I want to get both of these. I really, really do.
I don't.
What kind of deal?
I just took a huge loss with your friend, though. Is the problem?
We know that you made the profit.
I don't. Yeah,
My
but not a
good
big
sir.
I don't. I would like D&D players to go to any store in real life ever.
These are 2 fabulous, expensive items, and I would love to take them both off your hand. I know for a fact, looking at them here, they'd be sitting here a while. At
This
least
is an
the one
even
of
worse
them.
deal than the last guy.
And I have
All
a
I'm
connection to
asking,
this
sir, is take 300 gold off, and I'd love to take these from you.
Give a persuasion roll.
Oh boy.
And you can't. And Callie and Arch have used their helping for this.
Yes. Let me see. Persuade. Ooh,
That's fine. I don't know
22.
this man.
22. Oh, they tell me Joe Bodega. They tell me Joe Bodega. You were set up to be so cool, but you kind of only do a few things in your third fan fiction. You're kind of just there because you don't have the strength of will. You got done. You got done dirty. I think. Tell you what. I will let you go into credit. I will give you the 2 items today, but you'll have to pay them off in the future.
Credit card debt. Credit card debt.
I'm not interested in paying interest, sir. I just lost
No,
a lot of, well, my life and my future. I'm not interested in paying interest. I'm not interested in paying installments. I'd love to just take these from you, and I can do that right here, right now. And the simple fact is, you give me these today, and I will be back in here in a month or 2.
I will give both of them to you for 1,000 gold with a promise that you will return to my shop at one point in the next month and buy something at full price. Do we have a handshake deal?
You do have a handshake deal, and I give him a firm handshake deal and look him sincerely in the eyes, and I mean it, and I pay him his 1,000 gold, and I just say, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll be back soon. Keep
Okay,
something good
and
for me.
Joe Bodega's burned through a lot of his inventory, so hopefully less people will want things from Joe Bodega. Who wants to shop next?
I would like to go next. However, I'm not going to do any shopping. I'm going to hold up a little sign that I have made myself and sit by the door, and the sign reads "Fortune tellings, 25 gold."
I don't.
You have 25 gold.
All of you are gonna get banned from this fucking bazaar.
Why?
It's a
If you
hard
can't
to
give
say.
if you can't give a reason, then there is no reason that we should be banned.
This is a merchant city. We're doing business.
Okay. I'm going to roll a d20 just luck to see if anyone comes up to your fortune telling.
Okay.
2. Oh, no one wants their fortune read today, Atlas.
Damn.
Okay. And next up,
Hey,
who
Atlas.
wants?
Yes.
I dropped 25 gold.
Atlas pulls out his gem inlaid sticks, sets them on his little table, and is just kind of like, what question would you like to have answered about your future?
Hmm. Where will I be in a year?
Does Atlas even have the ability to know this?
So I'm going to be casting augury.
Okay. I feel like you just hear a little voice in the back of your mind from the maiden, like, fuck yeah, using my powers to make money, I respect. Get that bag, Atlas, get that bag.
Thank you, maiden. So, in 1 year's time, will Jasper be in a good place or in a bad place? Weal or woe?
Well, now I have to decide if I'm going to kill Jasper.
Huh? In 1 year's time.
Well, okay, the thing is,
Yeah,
though,
like-
is that you can absolutely be deceptive about that, because if Jasper dies, Jasper goes to their respective heaven, which would be Wheel.
Good. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna get both wheel and woe. There's gonna be good and there's gonna be bad. But that's life, I guess.
So Atlas, of course, rolls the sticks and looks them over, then looks up at Jasper and is just kind of like, the goddesses have answered weal and woe. That means in 1 year's time, we'll be facing hardship, but you will come out better for it.
Wow, that's incredibly vague.
Yeah.
I mean, you asked me a very vague question. I can't really
Thanks.
give you more than what you give me, you know?
Oh, so now Atlas understands why the crone is like that.
Yeah, but I feel like the crone is not casting a second level divination spell. I feel like she has
Oh, no.
access to a lot more information.
No, the crone knows
Just
the
you wait
precise
until I get to
location.
legend lore.
The crone knows the precise exact location of Elias right now. The crone's just being dusty old bitch. He has reasons. Okay, so you con Jasper for nothing. Do you have anything else you want to buy?
Nope.
I'm like debating so hard about gambling.
Does Jasper have
yeah.
anything
I
else he
will.
wants to buy?
I
'Cause
mean,
he just
everyone,
bought
Yeah,
everyone should gamble.
He'll head over to Jeeves Stobbs.
Hello,
And,
I am Jeeves Stobbs. I have the best airship upgrades, which will make your ship like something out of the future. What would you like to purchase?
Do they work?
They usually work.
Usually.
Yes. Wait a minute. Are you drawing fucking I can't spell lines?
Okay, to be fair, I underlined Engline like the second you revealed this. You just noticed now. It's been here for a while. Everything else has been me
Because I thought
crossing
that
out
was part
stuff
of the
that we
background.
bought. Huh?
I moved that because I thought that I moved the text because I thought that it was on the background, but you're like correcting me.
No, okay. You'll see in the VOD, dude. I drew so much attention to Eggline before I actually talked about it out loud.
I wrote this thing quickly, okay? There was a lot of items. Okay. Jeeves Stobbs is going to say to Jasper, what else would you like to purchase?
I'd like to see your harpoon ballista.
Sure. And he goes back. By the way, this area back here, like behind them, imagine that all the items are like being held. He goes there and he shows you this isn't even what fucking Steve Jobs sounded like, but this has to be the voice. Steve Stobbs shows you this ballista and he fires it at a wall and like it is stuck in the wall now and he like yanks it and oh, but I am not strong enough to pull the wall down. Would you like to give it a try?
Jasper will give it a go. That's just a saving throw.
Give me an athletics check.
Ah.
And you just yank and you rip out a part of the wall, and Jeeves Stobbs is like, that is wonderful, although now I have realized that the Collector and his minion, Lemon Party, will force me to pay for that damage I just did. The point is, would you like to buy these harpoons? They've got like a 200-foot reach. That's too much. They have like 100-foot reach.
Jasper will go ahead and check the rope after part of the wall comes down. How strong does it seem?
The rope will not break unless it's pulled on by something really strong. Like this would be enough to drag in a dragon or a Scapelli swarm or it wouldn't a ship that was floating but off. I don't think this would be enough to pull in a ship that was flying in a different direction as you. But it would create tension.
OMG,
All
when
right.
Rex sees on this, he wants to pull on it so badly.
You have a strange cat thing there that is staring at my items, and that makes me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, that's our dog.
I don't think that's a dog. I think it is a cat or perhaps a lizard. Not a dog.
With such
Yeah,
confidence
it's
and
a
zero education. Yeah, that's our dog.
Yes, that is your doggy. So would you like these harpoon ballistae?
Yeah.
I'll put down 400 gold.
Good, good. And you understand how to install them?
They come with a guide.
Yes.
Cool, I'll take that.
Is it like a Lego level instruction book or is it like IKEA?
It is Jasper is a I'm not playing that character anymore. It's Jasper will be able to figure it out and get it installed. So now you have pigeons, you have the ship fixed, and you have ballista you can shoot into other ships and like climb aboard them and like board them.
Do we want to upgrade the Mangonel with some of the ship money we have?
That's up to
Oh wait,
you.
Myrna can use it more often.
That would be a good idea.
Definitely.
Okay. Then
Okay,
right
is that
now
coming out of Myrna or ship funds?
Myrna doesn't have enough. They only have 600.
Okay, so you have
It's coming out of
700
ship
left in
funds.
ship funds.
Yeah. I'm keeping track.
Okay, good. Okay, anything else for Jasper?
I'll head over to Big Maracas.
Hi, I'm the big Moroccan. I'm a little guy, but I'm big. What can I get you?
All right, big man. Can I get the potion of invulnerability?
Sure, sure. One potion of invulnerability coming up, and he sets down a bottle of liquid. This is a very expensive potion. Potion of Invulnerability. That gives you, I believe, that gives you resistance to all damage for 1 minute. Anything else you want from the big maraca?
While the transaction is going on, can I use my tail to yoink one of the weed potions?
Jesus Christ.
Give a stealth check.
Okay. Oh my god, I rolled a 10. This is
no.
fucked up.
He sees you do this, and he's gonna be like, thief! Thief! Attempted thief! Quick, someone call the guards! There's an attempted thief in my store! And I just realized we forgot to move the Nikolai token down to the store. He was just shouting that from 50 feet away to Joe Bodega.
Just fucking yapping. Yeah.
MMX is just gonna look really sadly at the big maraca. Like, full puppy dog face, the same way he does to Callie.
Give a persuasion roll.
Oh no. I got a 15.
So he's gonna take the potion back, but he isn't going to throw you out of the store.
Now MMX will turn to Jasper with the same sad face.
Is Jasper going to... Like, this would kill a cat. It might not kill MMX, because MMX is a weird thing, but is Jasper going to buy weed for Kitty?
Well,
No. Bad
Jasper,
thing.
please!
bad dog.
MMX is gonna start pawing at Jasper.
It has no combat. It has no benefits whatsoever for you. It's not like this makes you aim better.
Okay,
It's just you're
but
gonna be
it's
zooted and have disadvantage.
only 50 gold. MMX is gonna paw at Jasper.
I don't have 50 gold. I have to gamble.
MMX paws at Jasper more furiously.
Jasper will just start trying to inch himself away.
I'm surprised that you're not just like, hey, Callie, get your fucking dog.
What's that dog doing? So you did. Does Jasper want to gamble at the gachapon?
Yes.
Okay, are you going for a minor prize or a major prize? You can only do one of each per
Major.
visit. I mean, you could do 200 to try both. Major prize. Roll 1d20. What is that? 16 was.
Sweet.
Oh, this is perfect for what's going on. What comes out like the dice man walks up to a big machine, like a giant gumball machine, and he pulls a lever, and out rolls a capsule, and he hands it to you, and you open it, and it's a spray bottle of endless water.
Yes.
Or is it a spray bottle, or is it a decanter of endless
This
water?
is perfect for MMX.
Jasper has a spray bottle now, and if
If
only
you
there was
spray
someone...
me, I will immediately go into a rage. Don't do it. Like,
Jasper doesn't know that, though.
Stop it, dog. I'll use it.
Bad
How much would
dog.
it cost? How much would it cost Callie to
Bad
get
dog.
like generic pet supplies and equipment?
Generic pet supplies, like what?
Like a leash and a harness?
I'm gonna say you already have that made out of rope, so I won't make you purchase it.
Okay. I mean, obviously this is something we can't get now because this would have to be made, but like having like a retractable leash that can like forcibly pull MMX back would be very helpful. Cuz
Tell you what,
I can't.
I'll say
deal.
that as a nice DM that came with the collar.
Oh,
Joe Bodega's like, why did I throw in the bonus item? Oh, Joe Bodega, they're right about you. You did deserve better treatment by Disney. Disney is my neighbor who was mean to me as a child. I'm not breaking the fourth wall.
You know what? Shimmer would have a fucking Disney World or some shit.
It doesn't have
They
Disney.
would.
It just has a guy named Disney. And by not breaking the fourth wall, I mean I'm not doing what the big Maraca, what Jeeves. I'm not doing what Jeeves Stobbs did when he shot the wall and broke it. I talk to myself a lot. Anything else Jasper wants to purchase?
Oh.
Oh, you're just arguing with Nikki in the Discord about it. We both got
we're flexing our muscles at each other.
Okay.
Okay, MMX, having watched everyone exchange gold for goods, is gonna try to find a really big stick and see if he can also exchange it for goods.
Give me an investigation roll.
It has to be the biggest stick ever.
Okay.
A place this rich that has many people and people cleaning up all the time. That
Oh my
big
God.
stick is just going to be a random gun that somehow MMX got to the back and picked up. And
Oh, I know.
I got a 10.
Okay,
Why
with
am
that,
I'm not rolling this dice anymore.
you just rip
Damn
a branch off the tree outside and drag it inside. I mean, yes, Jasper can also have a potion of healing. And like, Jeeves Stobbs is going to be like, I do not want your stick. This stick is old technology. I sell the new technology, like engines that explode and pigeons.
Okay. I hiss at him and show him my teeth.
Those are nice teeth, strange cat. But no.
I take the stick to another shopkeeper.
Tell you what, I'm
Who
gonna
else
say
would take it?
Gachapon will buy it for 5 gold.
He bought my stick. Oh my god, I have 5 gold. I can't lie. I'm probably just gonna eat the 5 gold.
Okay, so you ate 5 gold. MMX is a fucking menace, and what is this cat going to like? You've talked to me about like your ideas for this character, and it's like grows up and becomes wise. When will that happen?
Gazy, he's only 6 months old. Can you please cut him some slack? You're being really mean to
The
him right
campaign's
now.
gonna last less than a year in universe.
Okay,
Animals
but
grow
like,
fast,
yeah, animals grow up fast. Right now,
especially
he's still
once
just
made
a
in a test tube.
baby.
Especially
Okay.
a test tube baby.
I believe Arch and Myrna are the only ones who haven't shopped yet. Do either of you have things you want to buy?
Mira can go first since they have no money.
Yeah, Mirna's wages were garnished.
And whose
Which is
fault is
BS.
that?
Which is BS, because she killed 2 of the
Bureaucracies.
3. She killed 2 of the 3 bugs.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that should have offset like
No.
120.
Because if she didn't
No.
kill it, she would die anyways.
So what does Myrna want to buy with her remaining 600 gold?
Probably
Whatever your starting gold was.
I'm at 631 gold. So I will start at the Big Maracas Brewery. Stock up on supplies.
What can I get you?
Well, first the essentials. Probably 3 of your THC potions.
Gotcha.
I was really expecting you to spend the full 600 on THC potions.
Wow. Well, that just shows how little faith you have in your most valuable player.
The question is, do they get you realistic stoned or like cartoon, like over the top stoned?
I don't know. How good is the weed and shimmer?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like cartoon stoned is realistic if you get high enough.
This is the good stuff. Well, it's not the good stuff. It's just the
This is the
concentrated
good
stuff
shit.
in the potion. You got 150 pieces of gold worth of weed juice.
Yeah, this is like, I imagine that this is like drinkable, like fucking oil from a cart. So it's potent as shit.
Yeah, it's potent.
God
It might
damn
be
right.
watered down a little too. Wait,
You can have
so I
Atlas
know
make
the fact
THC
I know
food.
that you can't overdose on weed, but isn't that just because you can't take it in fast enough? Like, if you drank a gallon of pure THC,
So it's
that's good,
okay.
right?
So the
I think
thing
any
is that
chemical can take too much.
you would have to smoke like 600 pounds of weed to OD. And also there's the fact that like your body will make you throw up before you can consume an amount that is lethal.
Yeah, but the thing is, because this is like an extract, Myrna could theoretically do
No.
a reefer madness if she drank like 30 of these potions, I bet.
Myrna
No.
specifically couldn't, and also Reefer Madness was falsely perpetuated by racist stereotypes.
Yeah, I know, that's like the joke, but
Are you saying Myrna's racist?
Yes.
I don't know,
You
is
can't
she?
have another racist character. That's 3 campaigns in a row.
God, that sounds so terrible out of context.
It like
D&D has so many racist characters.
yeah, you can't. I mean, you really can't OD on weed. Like even in because they make extracts like that, and you cannot OD on them. Like it's ridiculous.
It was my
Like
suicide plan.
yeah, you cannot OD on weed. It's like the thing of like, you know, technically you can die of radiation poisoning from eating bananas, but you have to eat 40,000 bananas in 10 minutes. Like technically it's possible, but realistically no.
There's a quote for, what was it? I think it's Justin McElroy from Bim Bam said this, like, too much of anything will kill you because I'm pretty sure too much means enough to kill you.
Yeah. It's just
So what does
overdosing
Myrna
on
want to
anything.
buy besides weed?
2 potions of greater healing, a potion of speed, and then I'll go to the gachapon and get a major prize.
Okay, roll a d20 for the Gashapon.
So if there's a potion of THC and that or potion of weed and that's THC, is a potion of speed diluted cocaine?
That is the magic item potion of speed. Diluted cocaine.
Okay.
I mean, I can add at the next shopping trip potion of cocaine.
I got a straight 10 on the major prize.
Straight 10 is oh good. That's he hands you like this like water gun looking thing and says, "Why don't you aim this at someone and fire it?"
Alright.
Aim it at him. Aim it at him. Aim it at him.
Preferably not me.
You didn't say that though.
He just
Fair
said
enough.
that.
You
Well,
caught me in an error. Who's Myrna gonna shoot at?
I will shoot him.
Okay, you shoot him, and like this sticky glue comes out of the gun and just completely ties up this guy. And he says, "This is the big sticky mess, a gun that shoots glue foam. Every time this holds how many charges does it hold? This holds 7 charges, and you can expend one of those charges to shoot what you just shot me with. That big sticky glue stuff. Also known as Web. This is a reskinned wand of Web, but it has a funny name, the big sticky mess gun that shoots glue foam."
The sticker.
Yes, that's also an option. Anything else for you, Myrna? Also, unfortunately, it might be a minute before I can do the Gashapon again because I'm kind of all stuck up. So give me a minute. I believe Arch is the last one to go shopping.
Yeah,
What does Arch want?
I'm gonna get 100 gold worth of regular healing potions, which is 5. And then I'm gonna pull the gachapon when he's free.
Okay, yes. Thank you for cutting me loose with your glowing sword, Joe Bodega. No, I used a normal sword. I do not have psychic powers. Yes. And roll a d20, Zane.
Pew, 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 do, 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 do. 1.
A 1. Ah, yes, you get the Ring of Washes. And he hands you this golden ring. It's only usable once per day, but it is a Ring of Washes. What would you like to wash?
Nothing right now?
Okay.
It's wild that it's a ring of prestidigitation and only can be used once a day.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
And
okay,
also
I
has
was
almost
trying-
none of the other has literally none of the other uses of prestidigitation.
Okay, yes, you got my joke that it's not a ring of wishes, it's a ring of washes. That sounds like wishes, but you can magically clean anything. And it's a stronger clean. You could like clean an entire football field with this with a snap of your fingers. But it
I
can
figured out
only
how
be
to
used.
abuse this. No worries. I figured out how to abuse a curse. I'll figure out how to abuse a ring of washes.
Well, to be fair, when you said, "Hey, can I have my character have a curse?" Sure. What's the curse? The curse is I can't take damage. Wait a
Oh
minute.
no!
I was.
I mean the rock.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah. The
Where
rock.
you had you will float away unless you're holding this rock. Awesome, I can fly now. Zane's good at figuring things out. And anything else from anyone wants from the bazaar before you get kicked out? Because you've just been a menace today, all of you.
I would be kicked out. This is a business. We're all doing business.
Yeah, everything was consensual.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Can I do a
Just
major
this-
prize?
There's
more
merchants
roll
here
on the
doing way
gosh
worse than us.
One more roll on the gosh.
Knowing that city.
1d20, Jordan.
13.
13 is. Oh, good. It's a +1 rapier. But, well, you get handed this rapier, and you get told this rapier is +1. It has no downsides.
Can I insight
Made
check
out-
that?
Is it a balloon?
Yes, give an insight check on the rapier.
What the Oh, okay.
How is
That's
this one
a
spelled?
17.
Nothing. With the 17, he's telling the truth, but he's being coy about it. You see on the handle, it says this is the sword of Sign Fields, comma, +1 rapier, comma, doesn't have any downsides or curses.
So
But
it's a
he's-
regular rapier that has been written on it. Got it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, do
That-
you want to draw it from its sheath?
On that insight check, can I tell that something will happen from that?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing dangerous. You're not gonna die or anything.
Yeah, I'll pull it from its sheath.
So you pull it, and you see just like this hologram head appear above the sword as you draw it, and it just starts yapping, and like the sword says, "What's the deal with bazaars? Like, why can't you just have all the stores in different buildings? Why we got all these?"
I'm
people
sheathing
standing
it.
The sword of Signed Fields.
Okay, well, I got a new display piece for my room, I guess.
Okay.
Do you think you could hook it up to a button so it's like one of those fish on a walls that spin and turn their heads?
It's
I
a
mean-
button that
Oh,
unsheets it a little
cool.
bit, and then after a period of time, it resheets it. It's like it's
Yeah.
like a sliding. It's a sliding thing.
I'll have Jasper work on that.
Okay.
I'm-
Work on
I'm
that
gonna-
immediately. It's a worthwhile investment.
Yeah.
How much can I get from selling the propeller arm fan, hand propeller fan?
Okay, you take that over to Mr. Gachapon, and he looks it over, and ooh, this is old world tech. Some Emperor. This is, if I'm looking at this right, this appears to be from Black Sun Emperor circa Great War. Oh my, this. It's not very useful. I mean, we can make fans now, but it does have history with it. Where did you find this?
Oh, in a maelstrom. Also, I'm pretty certain it's made of metal that we don't have anymore, so that is quite rare.
Yes, yes, I will give you 200 gold for it.
300?
300. I'll accept 300.
Cool.
Yes, yes, this is very nice. And he's going to take it back and put it in the back of the shop.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with all of you.
Cool. I'll keep the second one in my bag.
Wait, hold on. How much do these weigh compared to how much Arch weighs?
These were the hand fans of the
Okay.
the first ones. They weren't that big.
True, but Arch isn't that big.
Yeah, Arch is 3'4".
Yeah. Okay, and so it appears that your shopping has taken several hours. And is there other things you want to do in town before you go to dinner with the collector?
Can I find if anyone is selling a bag of holding?
No.
Okay.
I do want to have a couple conversations with party members.
Sure. You can walk around the garden, talk to people. Who wants to talk to?
I will break off from the party for a little bit just to go mail out and contact the families of 2 shots of Fireball and send out their their belongings and their identification to their family.
Arch is an asshole, but Arch has a heart.
Arch isn't an asshole. He's a businessman.
Those are the same thing.
No, he's a professional asshole. He's a businessman.
But a professional asshole is still an asshole.
Who wants to talk to who?
I would like to talk to Nikolai first.
Good.
Hello, I'm here.
Yes, so I'll approach Nikolai and go, well, I know that our previous agreement was to take you to the next island and then part ways. However, you've proven yourself quite useful, and, well, I know that previously you were the captain of your own ship. If, at least for the meantime, you'd be interested, well, we could make great use of a pilot, or something along those lines.
I've had a lot of time to think about that myself, and I like how this crew works. I like this ship, and frankly, I don't have a lot of other options. Not in just you saw my main option fall from the sky, and at this point, I'm okay with signing up for you as your pilot or whichever position you think would fit me best. If you want to first mate, I'm happy with that as well. I know how to keep the crew in tow. I know how to talk to them. I know how to communicate and be in between two parties. But at this point, I don't have anywhere else to be. I do still need to go to disco at some point. That is definitely still on the docket for me, and that is important for me. But other than that, I don't know what else to do, and I feel like if I don't sign up with you, then I'm going to be left fidgeting for a long time. So basically, that's my long-winded way of saying yes.
Well, admittedly, I hadn't even considered first mate, but I actually think you'd fit the role quite well. And Callie will kind of reach her hand forward to shake yours.
And I shake yours in turn, do a slight bow, and I say thank you, Captain.
Of course. Welcome. Allow me to officially welcome you to the crew of the Luna Eclipse.
I am happy to be here, and, let me know if you need anything from me, or if we need to delineate any duties or anything like that.
That sounds perfect to me. Yeah, and that's really all I wanted to say to Nikolai. Because I realized we
Nice.
hadn't talked about that yet.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You got nowhere else to go, but you got a place on the crew now.
He
Mhm.
do, and he's gonna be.
First mate feels it does describe like the duties you have, like I imagine from that conversation, is help pilot the ship, help deal with business dealings, but also it's like you will be my first mate, and Arch is just like 5 feet away, like bitch.
Yeah, it is
What am I
kind of
doing?
it's an interesting name for the role, but I mean that does essentially give him second in command.
Arch is the quartermaster. Hmm.
I didn't realize Arch had like I thought Arch was just like the merchant.
I believe we.
Like
Uh,
official role, like if we go by ship rule, like ship roles, he fits the quartermaster position, and was like filling in for the first mate position, but he mainly does do business for the ship, which is still quartermastering in a way.
yeah, I guess that
Also,
makes sense.
Nikolai shouldn't have gotten the full 1,000.
Okay, well,
It's
it's a
part of
little.
that. Yeah, I know it's a little late, but part of that pay was for doing the outpost job, which was not involving him. The maelstrom pay, yeah,
Yeah,
he helped us there.
we'll pretend.
It's the signing bonus.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
signing
yeah.
bonus. But yeah, and then the other conversation I wanted to have was with MMX. So I imagine MMX has been with me like the entire time, but basically Kelly will pull out the collar, and just go, well, I got you something. Like I guess she leans down when she says that. Uh, I don't know how you feel about a collar. I imagine in your past you probably haven't had great experiences with them, but this one is a good one, I promise that. And I will try and like put it on you if you let me.
I think MX will allow it to happen, but he's really rigid the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And I guess I'll try to make sure that it's like I presume it's an adjustable collar, so I will try to make it so it's not like I mean it's secure, but it's not like overly tight or anything like that.
Dog rules are if you should be able to fit 2 fingers underneath.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, and yeah, and then I guess what I'll do is and this one at least I've been told is a bit special, and I'll like I guess there's like what a button on it or something to activate the speak with animals. Um, and so I'll press it and then go. It should allow you to communicate.
Okay, MMX's first words.
I feel like MMX doesn't know how to speak, so he just like looks at Callie and like tilts his head. Like, what do you mean speak? I just roar and hiss. Like, I don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, I guess I
Yeah, but
should
like
have
war
expected
hiss and
that.
they'll understand it.
Yeah, it translates.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way it works. Is like it translates what would be roars and hisses into words.
Okay, I think MMX would. What would MMX's first words be? I think MMX's first words would be food.
Are you hungry? I mean, I, well, I know the answer to that actually. Kelly will cast Goodberry and give you a Goodberry.
Oh my god, okay. MMX is gonna fuck up the berry.
Okay.
And he's gonna say more?
Yeah, sure. And I'll give you two more.
I want to imagine that eating 3 good berries it gives MMX a burst of energy and he goes into the fucking zoomies.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
And he starts sprinting around the bazaar doing flips and shit.
Hell yeah.
That
3 days.
Dog is doing flips.
You have 3 days worth of food in your stomach right now. You are
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's wired.
Jasper's just like, what that fucking dog doing?
Big Rock is just painting a sign that says no dog, no pets allowed. That is going to be hanged as soon as you fucking leave.
Oh my god. Can MMX accidentally knock over a can, like one of the paint cans by the sign in the midst of his zoomies?
Okay, you knock over a can of paint. So the big Maraca just says, okay, I'm not waiting. He jumps up on his desk and he hangs it. And says, everyone get the fuck out.
I
Oh
imagine
my
Oh, too,
MMX.
by the way, or Raven, whatever that is. The Corvid as well. No
I
pets.
imagine MMX stepped in the paint that he spilled and he's still doing zoomies, but now there's like paint splattered pet paws all over the floor.
And
Jasper's going to try to catch MMX.
give me a strength roll for Jasper to see if Jasper catches the cat. Okay, with a 17, you just barely managed to grab MMX, and I feel like you're just getting paint, like it's like slapping you in the face and covering you in paint as you're dragging it outside, and you're probably still going to have paint on you as next time you go to meet with Cagliostro, the collector, the king of
MMX is
Shimmer.
literally yelling, "No!"
I think at this point, Callie's gonna be like, no, now's a good time to test this, and then activate the leash. with MMX in Jasper's arms. Yeah.
Jasper's starting to get dragged back now.
That's the strength roll, Jasper.
Ellie, what are you doing?
The nose,
That's
the
strength
note
roll,
was getting
Jasper.
quieter as MMX is getting dragged away, and it started getting louder again as he's getting pulled back.
No, contested strength roll, Jasper versus Callie.
Wait, I have to make a strength roll for this? That defeats the entire purpose of why I wanted this magic item.
Jasper's holding on to the other end.
Can I at least have advantage because I'm using a magic item?
Yeah, but it's like balanced out by there being two of them.
So then how does this magic item work normally?
It's not a magic item. It's a normal dog leash.
I asked specifically for a magic item that lets like that's a retractable dog leash so I can deal with MMX's 20 strength.
I'm not gonna give you invalidate MMX's 20 strength, I'm afraid.
No,
I think you're just gonna have to train MMX, but don't worry. I think he could be trained really easily because he's very food motivated.
Okay, well, if it's not a magic item, then I'm not going to retract it, because I was under the impression that it's the magic item that does the thing I asked for it to do.
Okay. And I think that'll be the end of this session. Next time, you fight the collector. No, you don't fight the collector. I misspoke. You meet the collector.
We fight the collector? We fight the collector. Okay. We'll fight
Attack the collector.
Let's
Attack
kill them,
him.
boys.
Everyone roll initiative.
Attack on
Take
site.
it down.
No!